Thanks for tuning in. 1969 was an iconic year in muscle car history because producers like Chevy, Ford, and Dodge outdid themselves by creating some of the greatest vehicles of all time. In this episode, we'll discuss some of the fastest quarter-mile muscle cars of 1969. While you're here, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us in making these videos about these iconic cars. Number 11. Chevy Camaro Z28, 14 seconds. The 69 Chevy Camaro Z28 is an iconic figure among the 60s muscle cars that arrived on the scene ready to conquer the roads and captivate the hearts of enthusiasts. The car exuded a raw and aggressive demeanor and set a new standard with its commanding sound. Chevy primarily manufactured the Z28 to compete in the SCCA Trans Am Racing Series. Under the hood was a 302 cubic inch V8 that was created by combining the 327 cubic inch block with a 283 cubic inch crankshaft. It was officially rated at 290 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque, but this was widely considered to be underrated. In reality, the 302 produced over 350 horsepower. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission that helped it achieve a 5.3-second sprint time and 135 miles per hour top speed, figures that were more than sufficient to command attention. Moreover, it could typically run the quarter mile in 14 seconds at around 100 miles per hour. Number 10. Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet, 13.69 seconds. The 69 Mustang Cobra Jet was offered in the popular 2+2 fastback body style, but the package was also available in convertible models. This car was manufactured as Ford's response to the increasing demand for high-performance muscle cars of the time. As such, it was designed to compete with other powerful vehicles from rival manufacturers like Dodge and Chevrolet in drag racing. Ford equipped the muscle car with a 428 cubic inch Cobra Jet engine, which was, at the time, the biggest displacement production power plant ever fitted to a Mustang. The engine was officially rated as 335 horsepower and 440 pound-feet of torque, but word has it that it was underrated. Gearheads from the era claim that it actually produced around 420 horsepower. The 1969 Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet was known for its powerful performance, enhanced by ram air induction, a hood scoop, and large valve heads. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission that could help the car reach a 13.69-second quarter-mile time at 103.4 miles per hour. Number 9. Plymouth GTX 440, 13.56 seconds. The 1969 Plymouth GTX 440 was a continuation of the successful muscle car formula from the previous year. The 69 model came with a revised styling featuring a new grille and taillights. Plymouth equipped it with a 440 cubic inch big block V8 engine featuring a single 4-barrel carburetor that helped it produce 440 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. The 440 big block engine paired with the 3-speed transmission ran a 13.56-second quarter-mile time at 104.9 miles per hour. Plymouth equipped the car with an improved heavy suspension for better handling, which allowed it to remain positioned as a premium muscle car. Number 8. Dodge Super B 446 Pack, 13.56 seconds. The 446-barrel Super B is a legendary performance machine that is arguably the scarcest. The car was a mid-year performance offering by Dodge to compete with rivals like the Roadrunner. This muscle car had the 440 big block engine roaring under its hood, producing 390 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. The 6-pack, which consisted of 3 2-barrel carburetors set up on the 440 cubic inch V8 engine, was the main facilitator of this incredible power. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission that allowed for more direct driver control with a Hurst shifter. The car could run a 13.56-second quarter-mile pass at 105.8 miles per hour. Number 7. Boss 429 Mustang, 13.5 seconds. The 1969 Boss 429 Mustang was manufactured primarily to allow Ford to use the 429 engine in NASCAR racing. Ford aimed to compete with the Mopar Hemi engine in NASCAR, so the only way to make it possible was to launch this engine. The company manufactured the 429 by modifying a version of its big block V8 design known as the Ford 385 engine and changed the stroke from 3.85 inches to 3.59. Built as a full-on race engine, its exhaust ports were so large that the team nicknamed it the shotgun engine. The new engine became too large to fit in a standard Mustang body, so Carcraft was hired to modify the front end of the car. They took a 428 Mach 1 and changed the inner fenders, widening the shock towers to make additional space. The Boss 429 V8 was officially rated at 375 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque, but is believed to produce over 500 horsepower in reality. It was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission and could run the quarter mile in 13.5 seconds and finish at 108 miles per hour. Number 6. Dodge Charger 500 426 Hemi, 13.35 seconds. The 1969 Dodge Charger 500 426 Hemi remains one of the legendary muscle cars of America since it showcases Dodge's effort in drag racing. The previous year, Charger had run into an aerodynamic brick wall in its 200 miles per hour pursuit of the competition, even with Hemi power under its hood. Dodge found ways to decrease drag, so in 1969, aerodynamicists went to work. The Charger 500 426 is a rare and powerful vehicle, as only 392 of this model were manufactured during the year. Dodge named them after the Daytona 500 because they were built primarily for racing. The car came with a 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine that produced 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission that enabled it to amazingly sprint and finish the quarter mile in 13.35 seconds, having clocked 104 miles per hour. Are you ready for our top 5 fastest quarter-mile cars of 1969? Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, which helps us create more automotive content. Okay, back to the list. Number 5. Plymouth Roadrunner 426 Hemi, 13.32 seconds. The 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner was an absolute thrill to drive because it was produced primarily as a high-performance muscle car. The car boasts an incredible Hemi V8 engine that was a marvel of engineering for its time. It got its name from the hemispherical combustion chamber design, which allowed for larger valves and better airflow. Chrysler engineers spent considerable time perfecting this engine for street and race use. 787 69 Roadrunners were equipped with the powerful 426 cubic inch displacement V8 Hemi, including 356 coupes, 421 hardtops, and 10 convertibles. The 426 Hemi produced 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, and was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission. This perfect powertrain enabled the car to run the quarter mile in 13.32 seconds at 107.7 miles per hour. Number 4. Chevrolet COPO Camaro Z28 13.16 seconds. The 1969 Chevrolet COPO Camaro Z28 was manufactured primarily to compete in racing. COPO is an acronym for Central Office Production Orders, and it refers to the limited number of race cars that Chevy dealerships could order from Chevy factories. The Chevrolet COPO Camaro Z28 came with a 427 cubic inch big block aluminum V8 engine. The all-aluminum engine saved about 100 pounds compared to the iron block 427, giving the car a better power-to-weight ratio. This engine produced 430 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque, and was based on the L88 version. What differentiated the L88 from the 427 was that the L88 had an iron block, while the 427 came with an aluminum block. The Z28 option had a 4-speed manual transmission that combined efforts with the engine to help the car produce a 13.16 second pass in the quarter mile, having traveled 110 miles per hour. Number 3. Chevrolet Camaro SS 396 L89 13 seconds. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS 396 L89 was produced as a high-performance variant of the popular Camaro model, with Chevy aiming at muscle car enthusiasts and drag racing experts. Chevrolet produced 34,932 Camaros in 1969, but only 311 of those models came equipped with the 396 cubic inch L89 V8. The 396 big block V8 produced 375 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. It was equipped with 11:1 compression, a 4-barrel Holley carburetor, a solid lifter cam, and other desirable components. This potent engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission that helped it run a 13-second quarter-mile pass at 108.6 miles per hour. Number 2. Plymouth Roadrunner 446 Pack, 12.91 seconds. The 69 Plymouth Roadrunner 446 Pack was released in February of that year. Plymouth only produced 1,412 Roadrunner 446 packs, 615 of which were coupes, while 797 were hardtops. The 446 pack was manufactured as a high-performance variant of the already popular Roadrunner model, designed to dominate drag strips. The vehicle came with a potent 440 cubic inch V8 that produced 390 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. This engine was engineered with great technology. The six-pack referred to the trio of two-barrel Holley carburetors, which provided improved fuel delivery and increased power compared to the standard 440 engine. The idea behind the six-pack, which is one of the biggest Mopar engines ever made, was for it to produce similar power to the Hemi, but also remain more usable in day-to-day life. The engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, which won the hearts of many car enthusiasts because it allowed optimal control and power delivery during acceleration. In a quarter-mile race, the six-pack recorded a 12.91 second pass traveling at 111.8 miles per hour. Number 1. Yenko Camaro 427 SOIC, 12.59 seconds. The Yenko Camaro 427 SOIC was perhaps the fastest muscle car of 1969, which is an impressive feat to say the least. It got its name from race car driver and Chevrolet dealer Don Yenko. The 69 Yenko Camaro came equipped with a 427 cubic inch V8 that produced 425 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. This engine had the L72 big block V8 sourced from Chevrolet and was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission. COPO historians mostly agree that Yenko ordered 201 Chevrolet Camaros in '69 to be converted into Super Yenko Camaros, but other dealers could order them as well, and 500 or more were produced. The 69 Yenko Camaro 427 SOIC reached 108.2 miles per hour to clock a 12.59 second pass in the quarter mile. There are several other 1969 muscle cars that performed pretty well in the quarter mile race, including the Dodge Coronet RT, Mercury Cyclone, and Corvette 427 L88. However, these 11 topped our list for this video. Thanks for watching. Which of these 69 muscle cars is your favorite? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the like button and hit the bell icon to be notified when we release new content.